All right, guys. So I'm just gonna jump right in. There are a couple things that I want to mention so that those who find themselves at any point in the situation that I was in, I just wanted to have you guys just keep an eye out on things to look out for. One in particular, there was a point where, when I was dating the older man, just so that we're clear, this happened. This happened in 2021, my first year in the DMV. And again, I had mentioned that I had met up with a totality of four men in the year of 2021 and how all of them were connected. All of them either knew each other directly or knew of each other through a main connector. Okay, that main connector was auctioning me off for the highest bidder for my energy, unbeknownst to me at the time. But one thing that I wanted to bring home is, and just to be mindful of, this was like actually my first time experiencing this. Didn't happen in the very beginning. It happened, I think, towards the tail end, like November, December of the year of 2021, where the older man, from June up until the end of, I think right up until like November, he was singing my high praises. He was singing, you're cute, you're attractive. He was saying all of these qualities, great qualities about me, not only about my physical, but mental dexterity, intelligence, just things that he appreciated about me. It wasn't until I know, end of November, early December, when he started to say things like, oh, you're cute, but you could lose some weight. You can lose, 25 pounds. So just making disparaging comments. That was my first time ever experiencing that. Someone who speaks high of you and then like jabs, you know what I'm saying, to lower your self-esteem. And at the time, I'm like, damn, what the fuck happened to you? But little did I know, I really didn't know him all that well, despite me speaking to him 3 months prior to even meeting him. And who knows, perhaps he was even paid to say those things, to affect my self-confidence or self-esteem at the time. But I'm sharing this with you is keep a lookout for that. Okay. The other part that I mentioned somewhat, I kind of skimmed over it. One of the things that Spirit had told me was the price of coming against me. One of the prices of coming against me. The youngin, the DMV youngin, he was going to get HIV, AIDS. Okay. And let me make a correction. It wasn't solely coming against me. It was coming against me coupled with poor decision making. Okay? Spirit just corrected me. I remember in our earlier conversations, which should have been a red flag for me, he was just like, don't ask me any questions about my work. I'm like, all right, I don't need to know shit. You know? Because, I mean, I wasn't looking at him to be my man. I was like, why do I need to know all that for? I'm not even interested in knowing all that. But red flag is like paying attention to people who are just closed off on you knowing certain things about them, you know? Especially if it wasn't so much in this case, but I'm saying for those who are interested in a like long-term relationship, if you come across somebody who compartmentalizes and is completely closed off with sharing certain areas or aspects of your life, like run fast in the opposite direction. That's not applicable. That wasn't applicable in my case, but I still feel the need to share. Okay. The last part that I will add is I don't know if anybody has heard the term of SRA. I just came across that term this year. I am forever a student, and what was it? It's called satanic ritual abuse, and it's essentially mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, and spiritual abuse. Usually to an individual or to a group, usually by an individual or a group who partakes in ceremonial practices and ritualistic practices, like to gain, okay, with malicious intent for them to gain. It could be greed, power, reputation, what have you. But basically robbing someone, taking from someone so that they can benefit or gain by the use of ritualistic and ceremonial practices, y'all. So all that shit that I was going through in 2021, it was just like I was on the ropes. I was on the motherfucking ropes. They was hitting your girl with a 1-2 punch. Crown chakra magic. Crown chakra magic. I'm feeling headaches. I'm feeling dizzy. Okay, hitting me up with memory spells so I can't recall my dreams or my visions. Okay, spiritually doing things spiritually. So, physically, I'm feeling, like I said, dizzy, loopy, headaches, sharp pains, blunt, almost like you've been hit with a blunt object. I'm that sensitive. Somebody can do something in the spirit and I will feel it in the physical. Which is why, I'll just say that, I'm just that sensitive. Doing shit to close your third eye chakra, affecting your memories, y'all. Throat chakra so you can't talk. Shut up spells. Coughing, hacking, feeling like there's a ball in your throat, like you can't swallow because there's something in your throat, affecting your throat chakra. Literally feeling heart attack spells, stroke spells. Okay? Feeling like there's an entity or an attachment that's eating away at your heart chakra. These are the things that I felt. I asked Spirit, why are you making me feel these things? And they told me so that you can determine, one, when it's happening to you, what's happening when it's being done to you, and that you can be able to explain to others when it's happening to them. And the last part is so you can create things that will stop, that will cleanse it, that will slow it down, that will eradicate it. This is why we're letting these things happen to you. I would feel pulling on my solar plexus chakra, like a ripping feeling, like somebody was like tearing, like clawing in my stomach, okay? Dizziness, nausea. Sacral chakra, like a rawness, like somebody was scratching, a pulling, a draining. My energy was being drained. Root chakra, back pains, mid back pains, shoulder pains, legs, all this. They were doing work on my legs to clot up my legs, the circulation, so that then I would get gangrene, right? And I would have to be become an amputee. They would do spell work on my poom poom, okay, to dry up, to dry up the flow, y'all. Glamour spells, beauty spells, body odor spells, separation spells, rejection spells. They would do work where I would be rejected by business offers, business prospects. My friends would turn against me. They didn't know why. I wasn't even interested in dating, so that wasn't even a factor. Trying to, not trying, infiltrate my dream state, collectively come astrally as a group of witches and warlocks doing spell work in the astral over my body. Spirit would have me feel it and would have me see it. Spirit would show me the faces of the practitioners that would be doing work on me. They did so many death magic, I lost count. I lost the fuck count. Those are examples of satanic ritual abuse. They would literally drain my energy through my feet. They would try to drain energy from my pum pum. They would try to drain energy from my hands, from my third eye. They would drain my energy, cloak in my energy, use my energy to power up whatever they're sending towards me. And then on top of that, add spell work. If I retaliate, it powers up their spell work. This is the type of shit they would do. This is the type of shit that they are doing. The first time and last time that I did any type of baneful magic was when they sent a demon to my home. Yeah, I could see those two. Cause the ringing in my ear were so loud and deafening. It wasn't the same type of ring that you get when your spirit guides are announcing themselves, but a deafening ringing in the ears, trying to close like my lungs so I couldn't breathe. Y'all, That ain't even all of it. That ain't even all of it. They would go to different readers. The readers that they would go, my spirit guides would show me their face. They would do spell work, then go to the reader to see if it worked. They would attack all of my chakra points in order to shut it down. Then my nervous system was dysregulated. When your nervous system is dysregulated, you feel like this. It feels like this all over your body, okay? So they're doing that throughout the day. Then when I go to sleep, they're doing, going into my dream state or astrally performing sex magic, because now I'm at a vulnerable state because my chakras are misaligned. So this is spiritual rape at this point, because they would bogart their way into my dream state. Sometimes it was demons, lust demons. Sometimes it was actually the people within the group who would astral project and form a group, meet up in the astral, forming a group. Okay. They would do that to me all day, dysregulate my chakra points. When I go to sleep, they would go ahead and my sacral chakra from the sexual energy, okay, astrally, go into the dream state, my dream state, show me some fucked up shit in my dream state, or rape me in my dream state. I'd wake up orgasming. And then when I would do that, I could hear in the spirit women laughing. I would cleanse my space. I got real good with scripture. I would light candles. The shit was happening on the hour, every hour. On the hour, every hour. They were doing something. Crazy. Sometimes I would feel like stabbing, poking, prodding. That's if they were using voodoo dolls or puppets or poppets. Sometimes I would feel like a blunt force to my head, like almost something was being hit in the physical, and I would feel it physically. Y'all, I told you I was sensitive. I would wake up to feeling my energy being drained from my feet, from my hands. Touching my body from astrally. Those who astral project, right? Non-stop, every single day, every single day, every single day. On the hour, every hour. On the hour, every hour. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. They started to ease up a bit, but still, every week. 2025. It's like you bind one. I think I did binding probably once. You bind one, there was another one. I think I did it like one day. It was just like I bound one, then another one came through. I'm bound one. I'm like, well, what the hell? What's the point? What's the point? There was one time even, man, I have to save that for another video. So you're going through all this, right? Or I'm going through all this. So they're doing isolation spells, right? Then they're doing illusion spells, and so they're projecting their energy on in front of me as a filter. So anybody who comes across me, they actually see them as opposed to what my true nature is. And because they have taken my energy, they wrap my energy in a blanket. So coupled with that, you know, you go to certain people to ask them advice on what they should do, on what you should do. And y'all, I would do that because I'm like, you know, it was just like what is it, a crash course in this. Like I didn't know, I mean, I was reading scripture on the hour, every hour. Please make it stop. Shit was ongoing. I would receive relief maybe 20 minutes out the day. 20 minutes. This is me reading scripture from the morning to the night, going to my altar, pleading to my ancestors, seeing what I can, information that I can gain or access from other people. I'm like, what am I doing wrong that I'm not getting the protection I need so this doesn't hit me? And I realized at that point, you know, what is it? Trial by fire? Is that what it's called? I felt like I felt like at that point I didn't know what else to do. I felt like I was doing everything that I needed to do just to make it stop, until I just surrendered. Like I just got to make it through. Like that sort of, like, to the point where I felt like I felt like I felt like I had no choice in the matter to surrender, because I'm like, I'm doing all these things to make it stop, so I'm not experiencing these things, you know, anymore. I'm like, what more do I have to do? I went to a couple of practitioners. Did a couple? No, only went to one. Only went to one. And I already shouted her out, pretty oracle, on what I should do. You know? And what she suggested, you know, it did help me. It did provide me some relief. But but it was just like, in comparison to how hard I was being hit, how often, how like, they had their foot on my neck. And it was coming from so many different areas and people. And it made no damn sense. It made no damn sense. And I would do certain things to bring relief. And it brought me relief, like maybe 20 minutes out the day, y'all. And then the others, I had to grin and bear it. And it really was to activate me, upgrade me, build my armor spiritually, activate certain ancestors. Because of the so much spell work and magic that was being thrown my way, it was, whew, y'all. Anyways, this video is longer than I intended, so I'm going to end it here. On to the next. I'll see you on the other side.